let's talk about romance books. Hey everyone, my name is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I'm super excited about this video and it's just going to be me talking. So hopefully you can put this on in the background and just listen. Today we are doing the romance this or that tag. I'm not sure who started this tag, but I became aware of it through Raven-Haired Reader. I love her. If you have not seen any of her videos, make sure to go check them out. No one tagged me in this video. I'm just going to do it for fun because it's my favorite genre. We have to talk about it a little bit. So I'm just gonna go over the questions, answer them for you, give you all my romance preferences, and hopefully this can help you like think about your preferences for books. I don't know if you are new to reading romance or not, but there's just a lot of different types of preferences that you can choose when it comes to romance books. So let's get into the questions. First question is cliffhangers or happily ever after? Definitely happily ever after. I am not about cliffhangers unless it's like the end of one book and there's another book out. That's the only reason I would want a cliffhanger, but for the most part, give me that happily ever after 100%. Like you can't go wrong with happily ever after. If the book doesn't end on a happy ending, I don't want to read it. Hardcover or paperback. I would definitely say paperback. There's something about hardcovers that like throw me off and I feel like way too rigid or something. Like it's just too not flowy enough for me. But I do love the look of hardcovers. I would just rather read a physical paperback book than a hardcover. Angsty or cutesy? I would say angsty for like 70% and then cutesy for like 30%. I love some angst. Give me some sassy boy characters, girl characters. Just give me a little bit of angst, but also I like a little cutesy mixed in with that. So just a little bit, but I would prefer angst. So let's go with little angst, shall we? Emotional or rom-com? I love emotional books. That's probably why I love Colleen Hoover's books so much, because there is a lot of emotional stuff mixed in with the rom-com. They're not really rom-com. There's no comedy in her books. Take that back. I would so much rather read an emotional book. I want to feel all the feelings. I want to cry. I want to feel the pain that the characters are going through. I do love a rom-com sometimes, but I feel like those are kind of like those reads where you just like read them really quick. Like they didn't really give you a 5-star. But when there's an emotional plot to the romance, like that just like boosts it 100% for me. I need all the emotional reads, and if you have any for me, please let me know in the comments because I'm looking for a crying read. Or like I'm looking to cry. Okay. Especially like now that it's getting into fall, like the weather's changing and everything's changing, so I'm all about emotional reads. We are talking about book talk versus Instagram. So how I got back into reading, it was the beginning of 2021. I hadn't picked up a book for about 10 years probably. I don't know if it's 10 years, but I used to be an avid reader in high school, and then I stopped reading after high school, got too distracted with like college and stuff and work, and I was on TikTok. I love TikTok, and I saw that people were like all about like Colleen Hoover. I think it ends with us. I think that was what was being super promoted because it was brand new. So I picked up that book, and book talk like changed my whole life. Like I started reading again, getting back into that world, and it feels so good to be back in it. It's been like almost 2 years now that I've been reading again, so it feels so good. Right now, I would definitely choose bookstagram. I feel like TikTok is very saturated and not, this sounds so weird, not aesthetically pleasing, versus Instagram where people post like very filtered photos and like they make the books look really pretty. So I think I like a mix of both, but I do lean towards bookstagram just because of the aesthetics, to be honest. I still watch book talk. Was that long enough in like explanation for you? People or objects on the cover? Definitely people. We love a really sexy male model or female model on the cover of a romance book. I feel like I'm going to probably pick a human on the cover versus like I don't know what else would be on, you know, just like a bird or, no, that's not a, is that an object? I choose people. That's what I'm trying to say here. New releases or backlist. I'm guessing backlist means like it's on your TBR, but I would definitely say new release. There's just something about reading a new book versus one that's been sitting on your TBR for like a year and you're never gonna pick it up. Like, I want to read everything new. I want to be like in that world versus like reading all these books that like I've been looking at for 10 years and I just can't touch them. I have so many of those on this bookshelf back here. Like, I don't want to touch them because I've been sitting there for so long. They just give me no interest. Like, a new release gives me life. This is why my TBR never gets like read. TBR or free-for-all. Again, I feel like it's both. Like, I love having a TBR, but am I ever going to follow it? No. So more likely I will be doing a free-for-all, but I like the concept of having a TBR. I put out TBR videos every month. Do I ever get to all the books? No, but I do get to some. So I feel like it's kind of helpful. I'll choose free-for-all because I don't like being tied down. Open door or fade to black? I'm guessing open door is like showing everything in the scene versus like fade to like spicy scenes, like fade to black. It stops like after kissing. I definitely want everything. Like, I don't want any details left out, so give me open door. I don't like fade to black unless I'm really interested in the story. But if you're doing that in a book, like, I need open freaking door. You know what I mean? The next question is audiobook or ebook / paperback. I love audiobooks. That's how I get most of the books read throughout the year, actually. I use like Scribd, I use Kindle Unlimited. They have some audiobook options. I just love audiobooks because I listen to them like they're podcasts. Like, I'm cleaning the house, I'm doing dishes, I'm at the gym, I'm doing whatever in my day, like driving around. I can have my audiobook playing and I can get more books in that way. Right now I just cannot find an audiobook to save my life, so I'm kind of struggling to like get my reads for September. I think I only have 3 so far, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm walking through mud with reading right now. So this hair though, I don't know what's going on. Next question is Kindle or nah? Definitely Kindle. I just got a Kindle Paperwhite. If you have not seen my video of unboxing it, make sure to go watch it. I love it. I almost like it more than reading on, or like reading a real book, like a paperback. I know that's probably awful for like being a human in general. Like, I should be reading off paper, but I don't have reading glasses. Like, these are distant glasses and I just have a hard time focusing on paperbacks when the font is really tiny. I know, old lady problems, but I love my Kindle and I can make the font as big as I want. Buddy read versus flying solo. I actually have never done a buddy read, so I don't know how to answer this question. I'm guessing I would still choose flying solo because I don't like feeling pressured, especially if I can't get into the book, to like keep reading it. Like, I'm gonna DNF it too fast. That's usually how I work. So I'd probably say flying solo, but I really want to try a buddy read. So if anyone wants to be my buddy and read, let me know in the comments and we can figure something out. Small town versus dark romance. Why can't we have a dark romance in a small town? I would say dark romance. I appreciate dark romance for the most part. Sometimes it's a little too dark, but small town, I live in a small town. Like, I grew up in a small town, so those do have a piece of my heart. But at the same time, I don't know what to choose. You know, I'm gonna choose both because I appreciate both of them. Like, I'll take both. But small town is sometimes too cutesy, so sometimes you need that dark romance with that angst and like darkness to like get you going, you know? New adult versus adult. Definitely adult. I love anything spicy. Give me the spiciest books that you can give me. And I appreciate new adult because those are more like fade to black situations, but I will definitely choose adult over new adult any day. Okay, next question is sprint read versus marathon read. I am not totally sure the difference. I know, I'm like out of the loop. I think sprint reading is like sitting down and reading a whole book in one sitting, like reading it as fast as you can, versus marathon where you just like don't I don't know. I'm gonna say sprint because I like reading things like all at once. Alpha versus sweetheart hero. These questions are so difficult because I like both of them. But I would probably say alpha. I'm not a huge fan of like mafia type violent reads. So if it's that kind of alpha, I will choose sweetheart. But for the most part, I want some alpha male heroes, like being top alpha type, ripping shirt off, running through flames, picking the damsel in distress out of the fiery building, like that kind of situation. But also sweetheart's really cute. I feel like it just depends on my mood. Read multiple books or just one book at a time. So I am notorious for starting like 10 books at once and then finishing like one of them maybe, and then dropping all the other ones. So definitely multiple books at once. I also like to have at least like one audiobook, one paperback, and an ebook at all times, just so I can kind of like choose what I want, based off how I'm feeling. So definitely multiples at once. Baddie or damsel in distress? Probably Baddie. I like when people obviously are a little angsty and can actually like do things for themselves instead of being like, poor me, help me, sad me, that type of feel. So I'd probably say Baddie. If I was in a romance book and I was the main character, I'd want to be a baddie. Like, wouldn't you? Or just like lay around and like be cute. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, last question is slow burn versus insta love. I have read many a slow burns and I don't love it. It's just not quick enough for me. I feel like I'm a very impatient person, and I feel like with the world of TikTok and stuff, it's making me worse and worse. Like, I need stuff faster and faster. So I would probably say insta-love just so I can get it going instead of wait around. Like, if you read a Mariana Zapata book, those books are pretty big and they like don't fall in love until like the last chapter. Like, I can't handle that. I need something instant. I need at least like in the first 50 to 100 pages, I need like something to be going instead of like waiting and waiting and waiting and like, when is it gonna happen? I would love anyone who is watching this video to make this as well and tell me in the comments below if you made this video, because I want to go watch it and we can swap preferences. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and I will be back soon with another video. So thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye.